9:37, January 22nd, 2021. If I could have the attorneys put their appearance on the record, please.
Kathy Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
Jace Thompson on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
All right, are we ready to go? Oh, I need an interpreter. Wait. Do I call the interpreter from this screen? That's what I thought, just making sure.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Alan Figueroa.
State Certified Spanish Code Interpreter.
Good morning. All right. Has the interpreter been sworn?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Lewis.
Yeah.
What's your full name, sir?
Luis Enrique Martinez Soto. Martinez Soto.
Luis Enrique Martinez Soto.
All right. You're hearing case number 2021 CF 891AO, charged with sexual battery on a child under 12. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause for the arrest. Sir, do you have an attorney to represent you?
No.
No.
All right, then at this time, I'll appoint the public defender. And Madam Prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor. State requests the defendant continue to be held at no bond, as this is a punishable by life felony. Based on proof, evident, presumption, great, looking at the four corners of the affidavit, that's fine. No contact with the victim, no contact with any children under the age of 18, possess no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, and even if he is not released and therefore is in custody, to continue to have no contact with the victim through the jail phones or the victim's family.
That all sounds reasonable to me. Defense?
No argument, Your Honor. We reserve a right to have an Arthur hearing in the trial division.
All right, that seems wise to me. Sir, at this time, I'll continue to hold you on no bond. While you're here at the jail, however, you are still not allowed to have any contact with the victim. That includes third-party contact. That means you cannot contact the victim's family members while you're at the jail. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Good luck.
Oh, Your Honor, can you please advise the defendant of his immigration hold?
Wait, he has an immigration hold?
Yes.
Yes, can you bring him back, please? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Keep doing that, please.
Okay.
Mr. Martinez Soto, you are also being held by immigration at this time. You have a detainer. So while I didn't give you a bond, you have no bond, but even if you are given a bond by another judge, you have an immigration detainer, so you need to make sure that you talk to your attorney about that. Do you understand? Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, good luck. Next, please tell me your name.
Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia.
All right, sir, you're here in 2021 CT 584AO, charged with no motor vehicle registration. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause for your arrest. Your bond is $500.
Your
I'll
Honor.
appoint the public.
The offer is a withhold credit for time served of 2 days.
All right, so, sir, the state attorney's office is offering you, they're asking the court to withhold adjudication and give you credit time served for the days that you've spent in jail if you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest this morning. Are you interested in that?
See. Yes. Your
Please
Honor,
raise
can I speak to the client for a minute, please?
Yes. I did appoint the PD, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Are you an American citizen? No. You shouldn't accept a plea offer in this case if they're just subjected to being deported. Even though this isn't a violent crime, they can still initiate deportation proceedings against you. You should consult with the immigration attorney before you consider taking a plea.
Okay.
Your Honor, my client has no criminal history and he's not a citizen of the United States of America. I informed him that taking the plea today could result in removal proceedings being instituted against him. So I would ask the court, since this is a no motor vehicle registration, to possibly release my client ROR. So he needs time to consult an immigration attorney.
What says the state?
No objection.
All right, sir. I'm going to grant your attorney's motion. I'll release you on your own recognizance this morning. While you're out, you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Your next court date is going to be February 3rd. Make sure you stay in touch with your attorney. Good luck, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Mi nombre es Elusaín Soto Roblero.
My name is Elosairi Soto Roblero.
All right, sir, you're here charged with driving under the influence with damage to property or person, operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, and leaving the scene of a crash involving property damage. It looks like you have 3 different case numbers, 2021 CT 58580, 2021 CT 58680, 2021 58780. Sir, I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause for your arrest in these cases. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $2,000 on the driving under the influence, $1,000 on operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, and $1,000 on leaving the scene of a crash.
Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release.
Your Honor, and we would say he has no criminal record, so we would ask that he's released on pretrial release.
What says the state?
State would object to a pretrial release, but no objection to reducing the bonds on counts 2 and 3 to 100 and 100.
I can do pretrial release with bond, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then I'm going to leave the bond on count 1 at $2,000 and place him on pretrial release. Sir, conditions of pretrial release: you're not allowed to drive, you're not allowed to possess or consume alcohol, and you'll be subject to random alcohol screens. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes.
And your next court date, you don't have? All right. Maintain contact with your attorney. They'll tell you when you have to be in court. Do you understand?
Okay.
Oh, the bond on the other 2 counts, I'll just put them on pretrial release on those 2 counts as well. So no monetary bond. All right, good luck, sir.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. ¿Me dicho para get those case numbers again?
21 CT 585, 586, 587.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Juan Velez Casino is medical, Your Honor?
Medical, like we could see him tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, well, tomorrow, yeah. We could do it on Saturday. All right. All right, let's roll him till tomorrow.
What was the behavior? Or medical?
Medical, so he'll be back tomorrow. Sir, please tell me your name.
Héctor Luis Román Díaz. Luis Román Díaz.
Hector
Alright.
Luis Roman Diaz.
Good morning, sir. You're here in case number 2021 MM 509AO, charged with trespass on property after warning. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find there is probable cause for your arrest in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You also are here in 20 MM 4799AO. Looks like you were out on bond in that case. I'm going to revoke your bond in that case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. In 21 MM 509AO, your bond is $500. If you are able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right,
No.
good luck. Good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Morning. Ale Javier Cantado Nieves.
Ale Javier Cantado Nieves.
Sir, you're here in case number 2019 MM 9405AO, charged with failure to appear. There was a capias issued for your arrest. The bond amount is $2,000. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Sí.
All right, good luck, sir.
Yeah, it does feel warm in here.
Good morning, sir. What's your name, please?
David Alejandro Osorio Sepúlveda.
David Alejandro Osorio Sepulveda.
Sir, you're here in case number 2021 CF 863AO, charged with burglary of a conveyance, possession of burglary tools, possession of cannabis under 20 grams. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause for your arrest in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond amounts are $7,000 on count 1, $500 on count 2, $100 on count 3. If you are able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to have any contact with any of the victims in this case or with your co-defendant. 7,500 and 100. Did I appoint the public defender?
Yes.
All right. All right, good luck, sir. Why are these returning on judge things? Oh, so they were supposed to be his. I got it. Thank you. I don't care. It's just usually when I sign for him, I have to put 4, so I was just wondering.
So the second half is gonna have.
Got it. Good morning, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Melissa Alexandra Vilca Tueros.
Melixe Alexandra Milka Tueros.
Good morning, ma'am. You're here in case number 2021 CF 862AO, charged with burglary of a conveyance and possession of cannabis. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists for your arrest. Your bond amounts are $7,000 on count 1, $200 on count 2. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to have contact with any of the victims or with the co-defendant in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am.
That's the last Spanish interpreter case, Your Honor.
Oh, that's our last interpreter case. Thank you so much for your time.
Not a problem, Your Honor. Thank you.
But not until 10:30, right? Oh, they want to do it now? All right, how do I do that? But this isn't video conference?
No, the same, like you just called it Spanish. They're gonna.
But how are they going to get on the screen? It just connects? All right.
Good morning, this is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line, already sworn in this morning.
Good morning, ma'am. We're looking for the sign language interpreter.
Okay, one moment, Your Honor. I'm gonna have to hang up.
Okay.
Let me notify the office. And I think they will have to connect to you. So,
Okay.
for the sign, it's a little bit different.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, let's see.
What case is the sign language?
I don't have that case right now. What case is it? Oh, you have it? It's hot up here. I don't know if I did that. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, no, I'm saying it's not, and I thought. I did have it. I said,
Oh, it's right here. It's a good thing I looked. Are you all warm down there?
No. It'd be like one of those little fans that sit on your desk to,
I have one.
oh.
I just did not bring it. Perhaps my dressing warm for the day was not the best plan.
Not the best option for today. It's only chilly in the morning and then it's like 80 degrees by
I know.
the afternoon.
I just really wanted to wear like boots. I don't
Warm
know.
weather clothing?
Cold weather clothing.
I mean cold weather clothing.
We don't get that option much, right? So.
Sell, deliver cocaine.
This is not going so well so far. I mean, the sign interpreter thing. Perhaps this is not how this is supposed to go. It is, they're supposed to call here.
wow, they told me about this.
I have no idea. I don't know who that is.
Brought it.
Ooh, I didn't look at this one. Oh, it's a KPS. Good.
Who is your guy? Gregory. Got Gregory. Go ahead. Let's do this.
All right, so. Counselor, if you'd like to call your case.
Good morning, Your Honor. Harold Thompson on behalf of Mr. Leroy. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about a Polk County case.
Wait.
Marcus Gregory.
Okay, all right. Case number 2020 CF 13440CO.
Harold Thompson on behalf of Mr. Gregory. Your Honor, he's charged with 2 counts of robbery with a firearm. Your Honor, I believe my client's inclusion in this offense is just based on circumstance of his text messages. He was at work at the time. I'm not sure if he had an opportunity to review the probable cause affidavit. Even in the affidavit, he's saying, in the text message, he's saying no, that he didn't want to participate. I'm aware that co-defendant A received a bond in this case. My client has no previous history at all, not even juvenile. Your Honor, he's safe surrendered just yesterday. He's not a flight risk, not a danger to the community. I would ask if you consider setting bond in this case.
Counselor, unfortunately, I can't do that. This is a capias, and so by law, I'm not allowed to disturb the bond set by the other judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I would just encourage you to get a bond hearing scheduled in front of the judge who will be hearing this case as soon as possible.
Yes, Your Honor. I will work on that immediately.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right,
I
good
believe
luck.
that's it for me. Might be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You all
Thank you,
have a good day.
Counselor.
Bye.
Should I try again? Let's just try again and see what happens. Would you want to bet we get a Spanish interpreter? We have our
Good
Spanish
morning,
interpreter.
Judge.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good.
Excellent. Have you previously been sworn?
Yes, Judge.
All right. We're here.
I don't
And-
know if she can see.
Okay, hold
the
on one second.
defendant.
Let me call the
I
case
cannot.
number and then I'm gonna have you ask her. We're here in 21 CF 897AO, State of Florida versus Angel Myers. Can you ask her if she can see you?
I cannot. I can only see you, Judge.
No, I mean, can you ask her if she can see you?
Oh, but I can't see her if she responds.
Oh,
She's gonna have to stand right in front of you, Judge.
all right. Whatever works.
And then face the monitor. It's the camera right here, Judge.
That way?
It's the camera
Oh,
that sees her.
Okay, so there, now.
Yes, I can see you clearly.
All right, ma'am, tell me your name.
It's Angel, and my last name is Myers, Myers.
Good morning, ma'am. You're here today charged with prostitution, a third or subsequent offense.
Yeah, the problem is that there was no communication. We were writing on paper. There were a lot of misunderstandings. There was no interpreter.
All right, ma'am, before you say anything else, let me tell you, the purpose of this hearing is just for me to advise you of the criminal charges against you. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists. At this time, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I understand based on what you just said that you think you might have some defenses in this case. You want to discuss those with your attorney right away so they can start preparing your defense. Everything you say today is being put on a record and can be used against you later. So your attorney would probably ask you not to say anything about the case right now. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. Okay.
All right. At this time, your bond is $1,000.
Your Honor, you would ask for a $250 bond as it's not it's a non-violent crime.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Then on that motion, I'll reduce your bond to $250. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Don't return to this scene. Do you understand, ma'am?
But the problem is that my SSI checks go there. How am I going to get my SSI checks?
Is that where you live?
Yes, I still live there. Yes, in the same place.
All right, I'm going to allow her to return to the scene then. So strike that from the bond conditions.
Okay.
All right, good luck, ma'am.
Because I have to pay, I don't want anybody to steal my checks because I have to pay bills.
I understand. You can return to the scene. I struck that condition of your bond. So if you're released, you're allowed to return there.
All right.
All right, good luck, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Oh, so ready. I'm also so hot.
Your Honor, I had the name of Jerry Desir. Is that person not deaf or not on the docket?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's for a Creole interpreter.
Oh, all right. They got that a little backwards then. All right. Thank you,
Thank you
Judge.
so
May I
much
be
for your time.
dismissed?
Yes, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, good morning. Please tell me your name.
Sela Tell.
All right, Ms. Tell, you're here in case number 21 MM511AO, charged with battery domestic violence. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Your bond is $500. If you're able to bond out, I'll order that you maintain a separate residence. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, hold on.
What about?
Hold on, let me finish, and then I'll
okay,
give you the
yeah,
opportunity
yeah.
to speak, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
That means no third-party contact, no electronic, you can't email or social
Right.
media, okay?
Right.
At this time, I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're also not allowed to possess any weapons while you're out on bond. Do you understand?
Okay, what about at my job site? I'm a construction worker.
So,
Not at work.
So no objections to possession of tools while at work, only
No,
on work
only on work.
premises.
right, so do you understand what that means? I'll
No.
order that.
One more time.
So you can possess your tools that you're required to have at work,
Okay.
only at work.
Right.
Don't bring them home.
Right.
And you understand that you're having to maintain a separate residence at this time.
Well, all my money, I got $3,000 at my residence right now.
No objection to a one-time return with law enforcement, Your Honor, to collect
You're
any-
allowed to return one time to that residence with law enforcement to get whatever it is that you need.
That's gonna take all day.
That's between you and law enforcement. I totally missed. That's right here. I'll get it. All right, good luck,
Okay, I
ma'am.
understand. Where?
It doesn't always work.
So,
See, it's too far away. But the other day, I could just slide it and it worked. So I don't know what happened. All right, good morning, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Candace Stokes, good morning.
All right, you're here in case number 2021 MM51980, charged with battery domestic violence. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists for your arrest. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $500. If you are able to bond out, you must maintain a separate residence. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. That includes third-party contact and electronic contact. Do you understand?
Can I get a one-time?
Yes, but do you understand the no contact?
I do.
All right. So I'll allow you to return one time with law enforcement to gather whatever belongings you need.
Do I call or do they come? Like, how does that work? I never been.
Call the law
You have to
enforcement,
call.
that agency
Can I say that? That I
Yes.
need a one-time?
Right. And then you're not allowed to possess any weapons while you're out on bond. All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh, did I appoint the public defender?
I believe so, Your Honor.
I think I did. Okay. Thank you. Good luck. Good morning. Please tell me your name.
Patricia Owen.
All right, ma'am. You're here today in 20 MM 1052. You have a warrant out of Lake County. It looks like it's for driving with a suspended license and providing a false name to law enforcement. We'll be in touch with Lake County and see if they're going to transport you. But at this time, I believe your warrant has no bond. So I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Wait, are there two here? Good morning. Please tell me your name.
Latasha Winkster.
Did you say Latasha Winkster?
Winkster, yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I just want to be sure I get your name right. All right. You're here in case numbers 21 CF 88780, charged with trafficking in methamphetamine, smuggling contraband into a prison, and possession of oxycodone. And then also in 21 CF 38 out of Osceola County, you have a warrant for petty theft, third or subsequent offense, and resisting a merchant. And then in case number 21 CF, 38, that's the same case number. So your Osceola County case, your bond amounts are $1,000 on count one, $500 on count two. In this case, 21 CF 88780, I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Does the public defender wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Your bond amounts in this case will be $50,000 on count one, $150 on count 2 and $150 on count 3. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to possess or consume any drugs. And does the state want to be heard on any other bond conditions?
It was possession, no drugs or weapons, Your Honor.
Right.
We'd also to have no contact with any known drug dealers.
Ooh, you're not allowed to have any contact with any known drug dealers. And then this case, 20 CF 6395 AO, is that an Orange County case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're out on bond on an Orange County case. I'm going to revoke your bond on that case. You understand? All right, good luck, ma'am.
Wait, you say revoke, you gonna take my bond?
Yes, I'm revoking it on the case on which you're out on bond currently. So before you post any bond, talk to your attorney, okay? Good luck, ma'am. Oh, that was sneaky. I gotta do 1 and 6. I needed 1. So I was like, oh, yeah, I got that. And then you slide in 6 more. Good morning, sir. Tell me your name. Oh, he's Creole.
He's on the phone.
Oh, he's on the phone. So talk. Hello, this is Judge Gibson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Are you the Creole interpreter?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, please tell me your name and tell me if you were previously sworn today.
My name is Margaret. ID number 208940, and the person I spoke at the beginning of the call sworn me in.
All right, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Could you please ask him to tell me his name?
Donc, bonjour, c'est interprète moyen, s'il vous plaît, dis comment on relève. Jerry Desir.
Sir, you're here today in 20 MM 86020. You've been arrested on a capias for failing to appear for court.
Donc, monsieur, ou la jodia dans 20 MM 86020, you arrêté ou, et ou vini la jodia parce que ou pas présenté ou dans tribunal.
The bond amount on that capias is $500. I cannot change that. I'll appoint.
Montant bond là dans KPS là c'est $500 et moi pas qu'à changer.
Your Honor, the offer to resolve the open container case.
I'm very sorry, Your Honor.
The offer to resolve the open container case.
Offre pour résoudre dossier et container qui était l'ouvert.
Is a withhold of adjudication, credit for time served.
C'est retenu de adjudication et crédit pour temps qu'on servit déjà.
M'attendez ça bien, non?
I did not understand that one well.
Madam Interpreter, can you ask him if he's a United States citizen?
Est-ce que c'est un citoyen américain?
No.
No.
Can you advise the client that because he's not a United States citizen, we would advise he not take the offer given today?
Can you
'Cause
tell
it
her who
could-
you are?
Huh?
Can you tell her who you are so she knows?
Oh, sorry. I'm Letitia George with the Office of the Public Defender. Because if he-
Okay.
sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Because if he
I was
accepts
going
the,
to. Mhm.
you can
So
you can
because
talk
he's
to
not a
him.
U.S. citizen, so c'est public, défenseur public ou en cap parler pour avec vous. I just told him that the public defender is talking to him. So you said because you are not a U.S. citizen. Mm-hmm.
Yep. It could subject him to deportation.
So you would advise him not to accept the. Could you please say everything for me again so I make sure I get it right, please?
Yes, we would advise the client not accept the offer because he is not a United States citizen, and it can subject him to deportation.
Thank you. À cause qu'on pas citoyen américain, moi t'a conseillé ou pour pas accepter offre là, parce que ça capable de mettre en danger que vous ka déporter.
Pour me taper cob là, pour ne pas déporter.
So I should pay the money so that they don't deport me.
For now, he should pay the bond, and then an attorney will get with him downtown to get with the immigration attorney.
Donc pour qu'on y a payé comme bon là, et puis un avocat qui a payé contacter vous et downtown pour et avocat immigration.
All right, Mr. Desir, having heard from your attorney, are you interested in accepting the state's offer of credit time served, or do you want to enter a plea of not guilty and continue this so you can continue working with your attorney?
Donc, monsieur Désir, est-ce que vous attendez ça avocat défenseur en dit, ou est-ce que vous d'accord, ou fin parler avec avocat défenseur, est-ce que vous d'accord pour accepter offre state là pour prendre crédit pour tant qu'on servi déjà, ou bien on appeler des non coupables, et puis on va gagner pour continuer avec avocat? Pardon?
Oui.
Yes.
What do you want to do, sir?
Et qui sont à aimer faire, monsieur?
Je suis là pour avocat et puis pour dossier à effacer et pour me pour tout bail machine.
I would like to get an attorney so that the case would be erased and for everything to go fine.
All right, so we'll enter a plea of not guilty for him?
Yes, Your
Counselor?
Honor.
All right. Thank you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Merci. Bonne chance, monsieur.
Madam Interpreter, I believe that's my only Creole case for you this morning. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Your Honor, and thank you so much for using our services. Have a great day.
James Flowers, Your Honor, is medical.
Medical, like he can come tomorrow or no?
I'm not sure. Let me check.
This is case number 21 CF 882AO. He's charged with assault, dating violence, criminal mischief, burglary of a dwelling with assault or battery, and false information to a law enforcement officer during an investigation. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent him. Counselors, what would you like to do with his case this morning?
Your Honor, are you inclined to revoke the out on bond charge?
Yes.
We'll waive his appearance. It don't matter.
All right, you're going to waive his appearance this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
In your honor, count, state will request they continue to be held at no bond as to count 3 is a punishable by life felony.
Yes, so as to count, okay, so I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. His bonds will be $5,000 on count 1, $500 on count 2, none on count 3, and $100 on count 4. But I will revoke his bond on the out on bond case 2019 CF 12797AO.
Your honor is also for no contact with the victims even while he's in custody.
I will order no contact with the victims, even third-party contact, while he's in custody. All right, thank you. Sir, please tell me your name.
Sergeant McKnight.
All right, Mr. McKnight, you're here in case number 21 CF 893AO, charged with false imprisonment and battery. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I did review the affidavit for your arrest. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Your bond on count 1 will be $50,000. Your bond on count 2 will be $5,000. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. That includes third-party contact. Do you live with this person?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then I'm going to order that you maintain separate residences. You're allowed to return to the scene one time with law enforcement to get any belongings that you would need. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
While out on bond, you're not allowed to possess a firearm or ammunition or any other weapons. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Does the state have any other bond conditions they recommend?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning. Please tell me your name.
Marquita McMiller.
All right, Ms. McMiller, you're here in 21 CF 870AO, charged with child abuse and battery domestic violence. At this time, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Your bond on count 1, does the state have a recommendation?
$2,500 bond on count 1. On count 2, 150. No contact with the child. No unsupervised contact with any of her biological minor children, and then no contact with any other children under the age of 18. And to cooperate with any DCF investigation that may be ongoing.
All right, I'll take the state's recommendation then.
Your Honor, we would ask for a $1,000 bond on count 1.
Counselor, I'm not inclined to do that. Based on my reading and your client's record, I was inclined to impose a $5,000 bond, but I'm going to take the state's recommendation. So right now, ma'am, on count 1, your bond is $2,500. On count 2, it's $150. You must maintain separate residences if you bond out. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. You're not allowed to have any unsupervised contact with, did you say her?
Any other children she may have, her
Okay.
biological children.
All right, so you understand that?
Yes.
No unsupervised contact with any biological children, anyone under 18. And you're not allowed to possess firearms, ammunition, or any other weapons while you're out on bond. Did I appoint the public defender?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you. Good luck, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Josiel Molina.
All right. Good morning, ma'am. You're here in 2021 CF 894AO, charged with battery on a person 65 years or older. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I see that she qualifies for pretrial release. What says the state?
No objection to pretrial release, Your Honor. No contact with the victim. Maintain separate residences. No weapons, no firearms.
What says the defense?
No objection, Your Honor. We're going to ask for pretrial release.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to place you on pretrial release. While out on pretrial release, you're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victims, either one of them. No contact means no electronic contact, no third-party contact, you understand?
What about to get my things?
All right, so you have things at that residence
Oh,
you
yeah.
need?
Yeah, I have
All right.
everything there.
I will allow you to return one time with
Okay.
law enforcement.
Okay.
To gather your belongings. While out on bond, you're not allowed to possess a firearm or ammunition or any other weapons.
Okay.
Is there, on pretrial release, is there like mental health evaluations or something?
Only on if you want her screened for mental health PTR, but on straight regular PTR, there's no mental health screening.
Was she screened for mental health PTR?
I believe they're all screened when they come in. They're all screened through the mental health services.
All right. All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good morning. Please tell me your name.
Good morning, Brandon Ortiz.
All right, sir. You're here in case number 2020 CF 142580, charged with battery by strangulation, domestic violence, battery, domestic violence, and criminal mischief.
Correct.
I reviewed the affidavit. I do find probable cause exists for your arrest. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Does the state wish to be heard on bond?
No, Your Honor, we'll leave the bond in the court's discretion.
All right, your bond on count 1 will be $5,000, count 2 $100, count 3 $100. If you're able to bond out,
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to return to the scene. You'll have to maintain separate residences. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. That means no third-party contact, no electronic contact, nothing. Do you understand?
Correct.
All right, you're not allowed to have any firearms or ammunition or possess any weapon of any kind while out on bond.
Correct.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you so much. God bless.
You too. Good morning, please tell me your name.
Anthony Rienzi.
All right, good morning, sir. You're here in 2021 CF 895AO, charged with felony battery, causing great bodily harm, false imprisonment, and battery domestic violence. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case for your arrest. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. There's no victim present today. No.
No, Your Honor.
Does the state have a recommendation for bond?
5,000 as to count 1, 150 as to count 2, 100 as to count 3. No contact, separate residences, no weapons, no firearms. And no objection to one-time return if he needs it.
Do you have belongings at that location that you need?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2, $100 on count 3. You're not allowed to return to the scene except one time with law enforcement to gather your belongings. You must maintain separate residences. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. That means no third party or electronic contact. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. While out on bond, you're not allowed to possess a firearm or ammunition or a weapon of any kind.
Yes,
And I'll
ma'am.
appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you. God bless.
You too.
Your Honor, I have a probable cause challenge after the next client.
Okay, wait. First, tell me his name.
Khalil Thomas.
Case number.
Case number, I don't have the case number, Your
All
Honor.
right, I have it. Hold on. This is case number 21 CF 896AO. Sir, you're here charged with kidnapping, dating violence, and battery dating violence. Go ahead, counselor.
Battery thing about it.
There is a person locked.
Yeah, Your Honor, there's a victim in the booth. I would just let her state where she wants to state first.
All right. Ma'am, can you please raise your right hand to be sworn?
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name for the record.
Alyssa Bell.
All right, and I'm just going to ask you to get really close to the microphone and speak up. I'm sorry, we have to wear the masks, but it's hard to understand, and I want to be sure that we're hearing what you're saying, okay?
Okay.
State inquiry, Your Honor.
Yes, please.
And Ms. Bell, how do you know Mr. Thomas?
That's my boyfriend.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this situation?
No, ma'am.
If something happened in the future, would you feel comfortable in calling the police or 911?
Like if something happened, would I feel comfortable?
Yes, if something
Yeah.
happened, would you feel comfortable in calling the police?
Yeah.
Has anything like this happened in the past?
No, ma'am.
And I see bruising on your nose. Did that come from the incident yesterday?
No, ma'am.
No further questions.
Does the defense wish to inquire?
Yes. Quick question. On the day in question, were you guys involved in some sort of altercation?
Yeah.
And you were mad at that time?
Yes, sir.
Did my client kidnap you?
No, sir.
Did he force you against your own will to get into a car?
No, sir.
And when the law enforcement officers tracked you down, did you make any statements to that law enforcement officer?
No, sir.
Did you tell the law enforcement officer that you were kidnapped?
No, sir.
Did you talk to anybody that was at a bus stop?
No, I did. I asked him to use his phone. That was it.
And why did you want to use his phone?
Cause I was contacting someone to see if they could come get me.
Okay, but at that time, were you in fear for your life?
No, sir.
At that time, was my client following you?
No, sir.
Did you text or tell anyone that my client was trying to abduct you?
No, sir.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I have one follow-up question.
Go ahead.
Did Mr. Thomas put his hands around your neck?
No, sir. I mean, no, ma'am. Sorry.
No further questions.
All right, counselor.
Your Honor, I would ask the court not to find probable cause for kidnapping. Weighing heavily on the alleged victim, we have the alleged victim here. In the arrest affidavit, she made no statements as to whether she was kidnapped or not. The law enforcement officer said that when he encountered the alleged victim, she was uncooperative. She didn't make any statements. That's an indication that either she wasn't in fear for her life or she just didn't want to make a statement at that time, but she had plenty of opportunity to tell the police officer that she was abducted against her will. For a charge of kidnapping, the state has to show that the alleged abduction was against the will of the alleged victim. We do have an independent witness who made statements, but at that time, I would ask the court to consider his statements to be mere speculation because he wasn't in a position to accurately display or convey to the law enforcement officer what my client was feeling at the time or what was her intentions in her mind. I would ask the court to, if you were to find probable cause, to find probable cause for the lesser included offense of maybe false imprisonment, Your Honor, but not a kidnapping, as kidnapping is a F1 PBL in the state of Florida, and my client would have to be held at no bond. And lastly, in the four corners arrest affidavit, as I said earlier, the alleged victim did not make a statement, but she did make a statement today. She has her opportunity to be heard. She has notified the court that she was not abducted by my client. She wasn't in fear of her life. She wasn't kidnapped. She wasn't forced into a car. And she didn't tell the independent witness that she was forcibly kidnapped. I would ask the court not to find probable cause for kidnapping.
What says the state?
Your Honor, I believe that their independent witness says that the victim was grabbed by her neck and dragged into the backseat of a sedan. Even though the victim may be present here today, it doesn't change the outcome of what happened yesterday. Understand this is a domestic violence situation and many victims have regret about what happened the day before and don't want to testify and want the cases dropped. I don't think that's what the court is here for today. I think looking at the four corners of the affidavit and the independent witness's testimony, because that is all that we have, the defendant should be held at no bond.
Can I briefly respond, Your Honor?
May I speak?
Just a moment, ma'am.
In light most favorable to the state would still have to show that it was against the client's will. And there was nothing in the arrest affidavit to suggest that that the alleged victim in this case said that any of these actions were against her will, the forcibly putting into the car. So there is enough probable cause for a battery, but it's not enough probable cause for kidnapping, or the court shouldn't find that there's proof evident presumption great for a kidnapping without the alleged victim saying that the taking was against her will, in which she has stated here today that it was not. The arrest affidavit lacks her comments.
I would also like to say that he did not grab me by my neck and to put me in no car. That statement was inaccurate on the witness's part.
All right, thank you, ma'am. And thank you, counselor. At this time, I do find probable cause exists for his arrest for kidnapping. I pulled out the statute book, and based on reading the law and the four corners of the affidavit, I do find there is probable cause to believe that he forcibly or by threat confined, abducted, or imprisoned the victim against her will without lawful authority to do so.
Can I be heard as to bond, Your Honor?
You can,
Briefly. It is in the court's discretion to set a bond in this case. And I would ask the court, taking into consideration that my client has 0 criminal convictions, and he doesn't have a particularly increased violent history, and weighing heavily on the testimony of the alleged victim here today, I would ask the court to set a bond between anywhere from $20,000 to $100,000, Your Honor, just to have my client an opportunity so he could bond out of jail and we could possibly address this case in the trial division.
What says the state?
State believes the defendant should be held at no bond.
the defense believes that a bond may be reasonable in this situation, given the circumstances, Your Honor. We have the alleged victim with her testimony, a client with almost little to no criminal history, no criminal convictions, no failures to appear. He doesn't seem to be a flight risk. He doesn't appear to be a threat to the community. As we have the alleged victim here, she doesn't appear to be in this distress. She's not crying. He doesn't appear to be a threat to the alleged victim. We would ask for a monetary bond in the court's discretion, Your Honor, at any amount, even if it's high, $100,000, $200,000. We just ask for a physical bond.
Counselor, I'm not sure he's entitled to bond.
He's not entitled to a bond. However, the court, it is in the court discretion, you can set one. And for the reasons that I've just mentioned, I would ask that you do so, even if it's going to be a high one.
Is there by any chance the charges could be dropped? Because everything was a misunderstanding. Everything was taken out of context. And like I said, the witness was inaccurate.
You have to take that up with the state.
Right, that's a conversation you can have with the state attorney's office, ma'am. I can ask the state if they're intending to drop this today.
No, Your Honor.
But, right. So at this time, they're not going to drop the charges. Does the state think it's in the court's discretion to grant bond at this time? This is a life felony.
Always in their discretion can grant conditions of release. However, if the court is finding probable cause and proof evident presumption great, I believe then the court has to hold the defendant at no bond, is the state's understanding.
And we're not talking about proof evident presumption great. I made no argument as to proof evident presumption great. My argument was for PC. PC has been found, so now I'm just addressing bond.
But I think I agree with the state's interpretation of that. In order for me to grant him a bond today, we would have to have the hearing, and I would have to find whether there's proof evident or presumption great. And if I find that,
well,
I can hold him at no bond. But even without, if I don't do that, I think he has to be held at no bond. I think that's what the law requires.
Okay, so if you find probable cause, yes, in order for you to keep him at no bond, you will have to find proof evident presumption great. Now, with proof evident presumption great, that's even a higher burden than reasonable doubt. And I don't see how any court in the United States of America could find a person proof evident presumption great for kidnapping when we have the alleged victim saying that she wasn't kidnapped. If you're talking about proof evident presumption great, her statement can't come in.
So then that means you would be having an Arthur hearing, and therefore he would not have a right to one downtown.
You can't have an Arthur hearing.
So this would be the one Arthur hearing to which he's entitled today.
Well, you can't have an Arthur hearing because the Arthur hearing has to be requested, written, and it has to be written and submitted to the clerk of court before you can have an Arthur hearing.
So my understanding of the law, tell me if I'm right, is without the Arthur hearing, I can't give him bond right now. I have to continue to hold him at no bond. The only way I can give him a monetary bond this morning is if we have the Arthur hearing.
Well,
but if we have that today, he doesn't get it downtown.
Not necessarily. At initial appearance, we could argue proof evident presumption great. Now, it's a risk on the defense, right? Because if proof evident presumption great is found, you could still grant a bond, or you could hold my client at no bond. However, in the trial division, the trial judge could say, you had your opportunity for proof evident presumption great, I'm not giving you an Arthur hearing. Or that trial judge could say, I will give you an Arthur hearing. So we basically have two bites at the apple. But it's a risk that we take.
I would disagree with that assertion that you get two bites of the apple, you get one bite. So I think if you're going to go forward with the PC argument is one thing, because I think that's totally different than the bond conditions and what those conditions of release are. That is towards an Arthur hearing. So if you're challenging PC, state would agree that you can make that argument, because if the court doesn't find PC, then we're at ROR or getting 24 hours or whatever state's request is after that point. But once the court has found probable cause, then the next only option you have, based on the PBL of this offense, is to have an Arthur hearing to get bond. And so if that's the case, that's fine. But then this court here, at initial appearance, would find that it's an Arthur hearing, listen to whatever the arguments both sides may make, and then set bond accordingly if they find or if they do not find proof evident presumption great. That would, however, be your one bite at that apple.
The defense asked the court not to find proof evident presumption great and to set a bond in this case, Your Honor. I mean, we have the alleged victim here.
All right. I appreciate those arguments. I think that my understanding of the law is the same as the state's. So in an abundance of caution, I'm not going to hold an Arthur hearing this morning, but I am going to continue to hold your client at no bond. While you're in custody, sir, you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand? You may not call her from the jail. You have to answer out loud. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to have any third-party contact with her. Do you know what that means? You have to answer out loud.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then I'll give him bond on count 2 at $100. All right, good luck, sir. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for your presence today.
What is it that did he get bond, you said?
He did not.
How long does he have to serve in jail?
Until his attorney is going to file a motion to be heard in front of the judge who's hearing his case, and that judge at that time might give him a bond. So you'll have to wait till you hear about that court date. So right now he cannot bond out, and he cannot have any contact with you.
Okay, do you know when the court date will be?
I don't.
Okay.
All right, good luck, ma'am. But I'm glad, but for right now, we're bound by that. All right. All right, ma'am, please tell me your name.
Carissa Albaham.
All right, ma'am, you're here in case number 21MM51780, charged with battery domestic violence. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to set your bond at $500. If you're able to bond out in this case, you're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Is this where you live?
No, I live in Syracuse. We're here on vacation.
Wait, I couldn't hear that. Back
I'm
up.
sorry. I live in Syracuse, New York. We're here on vacation till Sunday.
Oh, it was a hotel, right?
Yeah.
All right, you can't return to the hotel and you can't have any contact with the victim. Do you have belongings there that you need to get?
Yeah.
All right, you can return one time with law enforcement. That's it.
Okay, and I have no cash on me. He's got all the cash.
Okay.
I would
While
suggest
out
that
on
she
bond,
give-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I would suggest that she give the public defender's office the victim's number so that they may contact them to kind of facilitate whatever it is to get the arrangement to get stuff. Since
Good
she
idea.
said she doesn't, yes, and they're on vacation.
All right. While out on bond, you're not allowed to possess or consume any alcohol. You can't possess a firearm or ammunition or a weapon of any kind.
Okay.
Did I say no contact with the victim?
Yes.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. What is that mean?
Good morning. Please tell me your name.
Gregory Van Mills.
Sir, you're here in 21MM51080, charged with battery domestic violence. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists for your arrest. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is going to be $500. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene. You can't have any contact with the victim. That includes third party and electronic. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need to return to gather belongings?
Yes, ma'am. My family is on their way here. I also have a vehicle.
Well, hold on, because you have an out on bond case. And I'm revoking your bond in that case. So you have a bond in your new case, but I've revoked the bond in the other case for which you were out on bond. So you're not going to be able to bond out right now. Your attorney will have to file a motion in front of the other judge.
Okay, how long does that take?
That's up to your attorney and that judge. While out on bond, you're not allowed to possess a firearm or ammunition or a weapon of any kind. Do you need... Let's go back. You need to return here to gather your belongings once you bond out?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll allow you one time return with law enforcement. But after that, you have to maintain separate residences. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck. Good morning. Please tell me your name.
Herbert Royal.
All right. Sir, you're here in case number 21MM50880, charged with battery domestic violence. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond at $500. If you are able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. That includes third-party and electronic contact. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're not allowed to possess a firearm or ammunition or a weapon of any kind. Do you need to return here one time to get your belongings?
Yes.
All right, I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement. Does the public defender's office wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, we would ask that you take no action on his out on, the case he's out on.
I have 1 moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
On that case, Your Honor,
We need a no contact for this guy.
Oh, I see something. Hold on. Go ahead, Counselor.
Okay. On the out on bond case, Your Honor, the state, this is a November 14th arrest, and the state has still not made a charging decision. So no objection to no action, since we still have not received enough documentation to make a charging decision.
All right, then I will not take any action on the out on bond case. So I'm not going to revoke your bond on that case, okay? But all of those other conditions still apply. So if you're able to bond out, you have to abide by those conditions. Do you understand?
I don't know if he needs a one-time return, Your Honor.
Did I not say that?
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
did.
I apologize.
That time I got it. All right, good luck, sir.
Because when I went to court on November the 14th downtown, they told me I had time served, and they gave me a fine.
I don't know about that case.
I have 1 moment, Your Honor.
Are you talking about your possession of methamphetamine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So this defendant had 2 cases. He had a case that he pled on December the 17th on. That was he got time served, but it was not the other out on bond case.
Okay.
So he was out on 2 bonds. One you resolved, one we have still not made a charging decision on.
So what that means is the state of Florida hasn't filed formal charges against you yet. You were arrested, but they're still deciding if they're going to file those charges. So I can't tell you right now if you're going to have that criminal case. They haven't decided yet. Okay? Good luck, sir. Next, I have 21 CT 582AO, State versus Joseph Allegro. He bonded out. 21 CT
Judge,
583.
even though he bonded, the state is going to file a no information on the 2021 MM 513 case.
Okay. Thank you. And this, I have 2021 CT 583AO, State of Florida versus Leonardus Dykes, also bonded out.
Yes, Your Honor. On Mr. Dykes' case, Your Honor, on 2021 MM 514, the state is going to file a no information notice.
Thank you, Counselor. Next, ma'am, please tell me your name.
Melanie Corpus.
All right, ma'am, you're here in case number 21 MM 522AO, charged with prostitution, first violation. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists for your arrest. Your bond is $500. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Your Honor, we would ask for an ROR. She has no failures to appear and only 3 misdemeanors.
What says the state?
This is Ms. Corpus.
Yes, ma'am.
No objection to PTR.
All right, I'll place her on pretrial release.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal drugs, random screens, and you're not allowed to return to the scene.
Have a moment, Your Honor.
Yes, does the state have any other conditions they'd like to request?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, what is this?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh. All right, good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name, sir.
Randy Freeman.
Did you say Randy Freeman?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning, sir. You're here in 2021 MM 500AO, charged with trespass in a structure or conveyance. I do find probable cause exists for your arrest in this case. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit.
The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served of 2 days, and no return for Mr. Freeman.
All right, sir. The state has made you an offer of credit time served if you're interested in pleading guilty or no contest this morning. Are you interested in that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, sir, do you understand that if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today, you're going to be waiving or giving up your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses to testify on your behalf, your right to confront the witnesses that the state would bring to prove your guilt? You're going to give up all of those rights and enter a plea this morning, and the court is going to sentence you this morning. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that if you're on probation anywhere, this plea could violate that probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you say 2 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're not under the influence of anything right now, are you?
Me?
Any drugs or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
In your system? All right, so you're capable of understanding what you're doing here today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then at this time, do you wish to plead guilty or no contest to the offense of trespass in structure or conveyance?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry?
No contest.
All right, I'll accept your plea of no contest. Well, let me ask you this. Other than what the state just said, has anyone promised you or threatened you or coerced you in any way to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Did you say no?
No, ma'am. No.
All right. I'll accept your plea of no contest, adjudicate you guilty, order that you serve 2 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you served. I'm going to order that you pay court costs in this amount. I'll give you a year to pay your court costs, all right?
Sure.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
No, not in that case. But please tell me your name.
Jose Colon Bondi, Your Honor.
All right, that's, I don't know what case number. Next, what's your name?
Beatriz Serrano.
All right, good morning, ma'am. You're here in case number 21MM 524AO, charged with prostitution, first offense. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists for your arrest in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $500. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene. Any other conditions the state
No, Your Honor.
is requesting? All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, good morning. Please tell me your name.
Javier Torres.
Sir, you're here in 2021 MM 505AO, charged with battery. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists for your arrest in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
I have a question though, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I would like to request an ROR because I know my bond's $100, and I have over $4,000 in an account, but I can't utilize that right now. And if I could request an ROR, I will have an address with my aunts and uncles and my cousins that I could live at. You know, I'll be safe, and I promise, like, I could pay every restitution, everything you want. I really would love to have this ROR one time, Your Honor.
All right, so at this time, sir, based on the crime that you're accused of and your history, I'm not inclined to do that. Let me hear from the state. Does state wish to be heard on bond?
Yes, Your Honor, we believe that the defendant should have a monetary bond.
Based on his record, I'm inclined to agree. Let me ask your attorney if she has anything she'd like to say to the court.
Your Honor, no. Court's discretion. We'll leave it in the court's discretion.
All right. At this time, sir, your bond is $500. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you need to return there to gather any belongings that you have? Do you have anything there?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement officers. But you understand that you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim, not through third parties, not through electronic communication, nothing.
All right.
All right? And you can only go back to the scene one time.
Yes, ma'am.
After that, I'm ordering that you maintain separate residences. So you're not allowed to live there.
All right, that's fine.
All right. While out on bond, you're not allowed to possess a firearm or ammunition or a weapon of any kind. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, good luck.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Jonathan Rashad Passmore.
All right, sir. You're here in case number... Nope, that's not it. Hold on. 21 MM283AO, charged with petty theft, retail. You're here on a warrant. The bond amount is already set at $250. I'll leave it there. I've reviewed the warrant. There is probable cause. Another judge already found it. If you are able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene or to any other Walgreens. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I wrote a.
Hold on one second. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Right.
And
You can proceed, Your Honor.
all right. Is there anything else that we need to say on this case?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, sir.
No.
Sir, please tell me your name.
George Pryor.
All right. Good
Jr.
morning. You're here in 2020 MM 4444AO on a failure to appear for what looks like a violation of a domestic violence injunction. Your bond amount in that case is $2,000. But it looks like you also have a case for which you're out on bond.
I'm not on bond on no other case. I'm on
Hold on,
R&R.
sir. Hold on. Let me appoint the public defender to represent you.
George Pryor.
I showed that he's out on bond in 2020 CF 107370. Does the state have that?
May I have 1 second, Your Honor? I mean, I see it on my sheet. I just want to check the case.
Right.
Yes, Your Honor. I have an arraignment date on that case on February the 25th, 2021 in front of Division 15, Judge Wilson. He was arrested on 2 counts. We only filed on the dealing in stolen property trafficking.
All right, at this time, I'm going to revoke your bond in that case. So you'll need to talk to your attorney about how to move forward with both of your cases. All right, good luck, sir.
All right.
Tell me your name, please.
Alexander Colazo Rivera.
All right, good morning, sir. You're here in case number 21 MM 502AO, charged with petty theft, retail. It's an arrest warrant. The bond amount is already set at $250. I'll leave it there. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to any Ace Hardware. And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Tell me your name, please.
Rebecca Turner.
All right, good morning. You're here on a capias for failing to appear. Looks like on a prostitution case. Your bond amount is $500. I cannot disturb that. If the public defender was not previously appointed, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am. Good morning, please tell me your name.
Eli Valentin Rodriguez.
All right, you're here in case number 2021 MM39AW, charged with 4 counts of petty theft. Your bond amounts are set at $250 for each count. I will leave it there. Is this retail? Hold on one second. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to any 7-Eleven. Or Circle K. All right, did I appoint the public defender to represent him?
Yes,
If I
Your
didn't,
Honor.
I will. All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, please tell me your name.
Amy Love?
All right. You're here in case number 2020 MM410AW, charged with a violation of probation. Looks like you're on probation for battery. Your bond is already set at $5,000. And I'll leave it there. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Your Honor, will we need to enter a denial and get a VOP status hearing date?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Division 83, BOP status, February 15th at 9:30 in courtroom 6C.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, next, please tell me your name.
Adria Gabriela Szymanski.
All right, ma'am, you're here in a couple of cases, 21 CO 98 AO, charged with soliciting without a permit. And then 2019 MM 59889 out of Brevard County. It looks like you have an out-of-county warrant. The bond amount is $5,000. And then 2019 MM 590.
No.
That's the same case. Sorry. You only have one warrant. So your bond amount in the soliciting without a permit is $250. Your bond on the warrant case is $5,000. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Jonathan Cologne, behavior, Your Honor.
All right, this is case number 2018 CT 2402 CT. It's an out-of-county warrant. Because it's an out-of-county warrant, do we still appoint the public defender's office?
Appointed because it's out of county.
Your Honor, it all depends if they have a bond, we're not appointed. If they don't have a bond and it's from a county who is not transporting, we are appointed.
All right, he has a bond. I'm gonna find that his behavior refusing to come to court is a knowing waiver of his appearance. And we'll still contact the other county and see if they're transporting, but he has a bond. All right, thank you. Tell me your name, please.
Josue Ortiz.
All right, sir, you're here in case number. I don't have your case number, hold on. Does anybody have his court case number? Okay, hold on, I'll look.
It's over the line arrest, so they just use the number.
So these what?
Yeah.
The agency number? Interesting. 21 IOO 6802, and you're charged with fleeing or attempting to elude, possession of drug equipment, possession of a controlled substance, and another count of possession of controlled substance. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. So this is an over-the-line arrest, counselors. It's Osceola. I think Osceola is transporting. But I'm not actually sure about that.
They are.
There.
They are?
Yes.
Okay, well. So it looks like count 1. Does the state wish to be heard on bond on count 1? Bond amount?
I don't have this case, Your Honor. I don't
Oh.
have. I mean, I know it's over county, but I don't have any information on the case. Do you? Chase?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Nah, this is the case.
Yeah.
What's the case number on there? Let me see if it's in our system.
Oh, let me look him up.
What's the case number on the sheet?
It doesn't say, it doesn't have one listed.
Okay.
Counselor, you want to approach and I can
Yes,
give you
ma'am.
what I
Real quick,
have?
Your Honor. I just have the case sheet with no facts or anything.
And I don't have the case number the way we normally have a case number, so.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's
State
this?
request on count 1, a $2,000 bond. On count, well, I should say, fleeing intending to elude, $2,000. On the possession of paraphernalia, $100. On the possession of controlled substance, $150. Possession of, the other count of possession of controlled substance, $150.
Does the defense wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I am going to follow the state's recommendation. As to count 1, I'll set your bond at $2,500. Well, close. As to count 2, $500. As to count 3, did you say $150, Counselor?
Yes, so typically, Your Honor, when we do subsidiaries, on misdemeanors, it's 100, and on felonies, they're 150.
All right, so count 3 and 4, it'll be 150 each. Any special conditions requested by the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir. What's your name, sir?
Randall Rush.
All right, good morning, Mr. Rush.
Morning.
You're here in case number 19001795CF10A. You have a warrant out of Broward County, it looks like for a grand theft, and you have a bond amount on that count for $1,000. So at this time, I'm not gonna appoint our public defender. We'll be in touch with Broward to see if they're gonna transport you, but you do have a bond.
Okay.
All right, good luck, sir. Good morning, please tell me your name.
Tristan Stewart.
You're here in 2020-101728. Looks like you have a warrant out of Volusia County for failing to appear for a court appearance on possession of a Schedule II substance and petty theft second offense. Looks like your bond amount is $3,500. So I'm not going to appoint our public defender's office to represent you at this time. We'll be in touch with the other county to see if they're going to transport you, but you do have a monetary bond.
Okay, quick question. I was incarcerated here, and that's the reason I missed my court date. And I was out on bond over there, and they did not revoke the bond, so I don't know. I tried telling you guys I had a court date, but you guys didn't transport me or contact them.
Well, I don't remember that I've ever seen you. I don't
No,
know who you guys is.
you haven't. Sorry, Your Honor.
It looks like all right. Can the state help me out? What's he in custody here for?
He was here booked in on December the 11th for burglary of unoccupied dwelling, loitering or prowling, and trespass, which he has been RRR on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, so has the public defender's office been appointed in that case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so let me ask the public defenders who are here today with us. If, I don't know if what he's saying is true. I don't know what his court date was in Volusia.
It was the 29th of December.
All right, well, they'll have to look into that. What he's saying is he was here on our case. That's why he FTA'd out of Volusia. If I don't appoint you on the Volusia case, can you look into that, or do I need to appoint you on this case as well?
But you would have to appoint us.
All right, then I'm going to appoint them on this case as well. I don't have a copy of the warrant, so I can't tell you what date you allegedly failed to appear, but your attorneys are going to look at it, okay? All right, good luck, sir.
All right, thank you so much.
You want to go on record? I have Miguel Albadano.
Yeah.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Miguel Albardonado.
Mr. Albardano, you are here in 2021 CF 877AO. Gonna be the last person last time. You were arrested on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counts in the arrest affidavit. The first count is fleeing in attempt to elude law enforcement with licensed sirens activated. Criminal mischief of $1,000 or more. Battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting officer with violence, and resisting officer without violence. The court reviews the charging affidavit in this case and find probable cause as to all the charges in the charging affidavit.
Say there's no objection, PTR.
Okay. Sir, it's a count 1 where in the affidavit it says you have no bond. The court's going to set bond amount of $2,500. I'm going to stay your bond as the count as a criminal mischief at $300. The battery on a law enforcement officer at $300. The resisting officer with violence, at $300, and resisting officer without violence at $300. All right, so you can post those bonds. Have a great day.
Those count one, I'm sorry.
2,500.
Your Honor, did you appoint the public defender's office?
I'll appoint a public defender's office to represent you while you're in our custody. Have a great day, sir.
You said count 5 was 300?
That's what it says. I say the bonds as they were.
Okay, it was 200.
200?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, tell me your name.
Miguel Sharman Bailey.
Mr. Bailey, you are here in 2020 CF 14758AO. According to the charging the warrant in this case, charging affidavit. That was a warrant. That's correct. The judge signed the warrant in this case. Already found probable cause for your arrest. The judge in that case set your bond. The amount of $5,000 as the count 1, possession of a cocaine with intent to sell, deliver, and $150 as in tampering or destruction of evidence. You can post those bonds. You can get out when you can. I'll appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. Have a great day, sir. there we go. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Ethan Baker.
Mr. Baker, you are here in 2019 CF 1567 AO on a warrant for a failure to appear. The judge signing your capias sets your bond at none. Your bond will remain at none. I'll appoint a public defender to represent you while you're in our custody, and we'll get you to your next court date. Have a great day, sir.
All right, thank you.
Can you tell me your name, please?
Laura Barnes.
Ms. Barnes, you are here in 2020 CF 1156 AO. Sorry, 2020 CF 11564 AO on a warrant for a failure to appear. The judge signing your capias in that case sets your bond at none. Your bonds remain at none at this time. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in this case, and it will get you on to your next court date, ma'am. If you have a question, you can speak to your public defender.
I have to explain. I was here.
Charles Bonded. Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Charles Bonded. Glad he spent too much money. I'm going to go ahead and get to him.
Holly also bonded.
The co-defendant?
Who was it?
All right. Who bonded?
B, can you repeat?
Connolly? So Connolly
Shane
bonded?
Conley.
Shane Connolly bonded? Okay. Cortez here. All right, good afternoon, sir. Tell me your name.
Jose Antonio Cortez.
Mr. Cortez, you are here in several matters. 2020 CF 1975 AO. Ooh, sorry. Been arrested on the charges of fleeing to attempt to elude licensed sirens, reckless driving and driver license suspended and subsequent offender. In 2021 CF 837 AO, in charge of grand theft motor vehicle. He's been arrested for the charge of grand theft motor vehicle. In 2021 CF 859 AO, he's been charged with grand theft motor vehicle. In 2021 MM 506, he's been charged with petty theft, resisting officer without violence, and driver license suspended. In 2021 CF 560 AO, be in charge of grand theft motor vehicle. In 2021 CF 861 AO, you've been charged with fleeing, attempt to elude law enforcement with licensed sirens. You also have 2 out-of-county warrants out of Osceola County. In 2019 CF 3309 and 3302 and 3302 and 2 counts in that case. In 2020 CF 1975 AO, the court found probable cause in that case. Going to set bonds as follows: an amount of $5,000, that's to count 1, that's a fleeing attempt to elude; $250, that's to count 2, and $250, that's to count 3. This is in 2021 CF 837 AO, there's a grand theft case. The judge signing your warrant already set your bond at $1,000. I'm going to stay your bond at $1,000. In 2021 CF 859 AO, the judge signing your warrant set your bond at $1,000. I'm going to stay your bond at $1,000. In 2021 MM 506 AO, your bonds are set at $500 for the petty theft, $500 for the resisting officer without violence, and I believe and $500 for the driver license suspended. In 2021 CF 860 AO, the court set your bond, already signed a warrant, and set your bond at $1,000, and will stay your bond at $1,000. In 2021 CF 861 AO. The court's fleeing attempt to elude law enforcement. The court's going to set your bond at an amount of $5,000. In the grand theft cases, the court's going to order that you have no contact with the victims in those cases. And in the petty theft case as well. Your bonds on your out-of-county warrant were $5,999 and $1,999 out of Osceola County for each of your accounts. You were out on bond in 2020 CF 8977 AO, and in that case, the court's going to revoke your bond, set a new bond at none. Have a great day, sir.
Your Honor, are you gonna?
Yes, 5,000. Appointed public defender representing Mr. Cortez, I'm sorry, in all of his numerous cases. Hello, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Freddie.
Freddie, what's your whole name?
Freddie Andres Damasicurios.
All right. Sir, you're here in 2021 CF 873 AO and in 2021 CF 880 AO. In 2021 873 AO, you've been arrested for the charge of robbery with a firearm, aggravated assault with a firearm, attempted carjacking, resisting officer without violence, fleeing attempt to elude law enforcement licensed sirens, and in 2021 CF 880 AO, you've been charged with carjacking with a firearm. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you. In this case, the court has found probable cause in both of your cases. Ms. Swanson, what would you like me to do with Mr.
Your Honor, I believe.
Say your last name again. I want to make sure I say it right.
Damasicurios.
The Damasicurios.
On Mr. Damasicurios' 873 case, Your Honor, the defendant should be held at no bond. As to count one. And then standard bonds for counts 2 through 5. No contact with the victim or any co-defendants, even while he's in custody. No weapons, no firearms. As to the 880 case, we believe the defendant should be held again at no bond. No contact with the victims or witnesses or any, even while he's in custody. No weapons, no firearms. If the defendant is to be released or is released, we'd also that he not be on Facebook.
All right. Ms. George?
Your Honor, we have no argument. We reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing downtown.
All right. As to that, in 2021 CF 873 AO, the court is going to stay your bonds at none as count one, the robbery with a firearm charge. This is a punishable by life offense. As to aggravated assault with a firearm, the court is going to set your bond at an amount of $2,500. As to the attempted carjacking, the court is going to set your bond at an amount of $5,000. As to the charge of resisting officer without violence, going to set your bond at an amount of $250. As a fleeing attempt to elude law enforcement, the court is going to set your bond at an amount of $2,500. As to 2021 CF 880 AO, the court is going to set your bond, stay your bonds at none in that case, as that is a life offense. A condition of your bond is that you have no contact with your co-defendant, you have no contact with the victims in either of these cases, that you do not return to the scene of the locations where these incidents happen. That if you are to possess any weapons or firearms, those weapons or firearms need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You shall not solicit or there's no solicitation on the internet by you, even if you are released from the Orange County Jail for private sales or private buys. That includes while you're here in the custody of the Orange County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, sir. You know. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Jeremiah, first name, last name Emilion.
Mr. Millian, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Millian, you are here in 2021 CF 865 AO with 2 counts. The first count is possession of cocaine with intent to sell, deliver, and possession of MDMA or ecstasy. Court did find probable cause for your arrest as to these counts. I want to lower your bond as to possession of cocaine with intent to sell and deliver to $10,000. I want to stay your bond as to the possession of MDMA of $1,000. Addition your bonds, not to possess or consume any controlled substances while you're out on bond. Do you understand that? All right, have a great day,
Yes, sir.
Tell me your name. Step up. Tell me your name.
Teller Ingram.
Mr. Ingram, you are here in 2021 CF 736 AO for 3 charges. The first charge is like first degree murder with a firearm. The second charge is first degree murder with a firearm. The second charge is attempted first degree murder with a firearm with a discharge. A court signed a warrant previously reviewed and found probable cause for your arrest. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case.
Yes,
Ms.
sir.
Swanson.
Yes, Your Honor, we believe that the defendant should be held at no bond on all the 3 counts that he's been arrested for. No contact with the co-defendant, no contact with victims or victims' families, or witnesses, even while he's in custody. Possession of weapons or firearms.
All right. Ms. George.
Your Honor, we have no argument. We reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing in the trial division.
All right. Based on that, the court is going to stay your bonds and all your counts at none. Condition of your bonds, if you are to be released at any time, is that you to have no contact with the victims or the victim's family, the victim or the victim's family. That you are to have no contact with any other witnesses and they're involved in this case. That you are to possess no weapons or firearms in this case. That you are to, any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of release. You are to possess or consume no drugs or alcohol while you're out on release, if you are released at any time. Ms. Swanson, did I forget anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Greengram, have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Tell me your name, ma'am.
Crystal Ferguson.
Ms. Ferguson, you are here in 2020 CF 13037 AL. On a charge of petty theft and 2 prior theft convictions. The judge signed your warrant, set your bond at $3,000. The court's going to stay your bond at $3,000. Your condition of your bond is not to return to the location or have any contact with any victims or witnesses in that case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, have a great day, ma'am.
You want Francis?
Yes, sir.
He's still seeing his attorney?
He's seen his attorney?
Yes.
Okay.
Glover, he refused court.
All right. Okay. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Glover in 2021 CF 854 AO.
Defense will waive his appearance, Your Honor.
And he's in, I want to make sure PTR, he's in on this carjacking case, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what's his bond status as to the carjacking case?
It's, they were revoked, so they're currently at a no bond.
All right, so I don't have to take any action, okay. All right, 2021 CF 854 AO, the court did find probable cause that he committed a battery on a correctional officer. In this case, the court's going to set his bond at the amount of $10,000. Not going to take any action, even though, because his status has already been revoked by another judge. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning. How you doing, sir?
Tell me your name.
Andre Dwayne Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you are here in 2020 CF 10495 AO for a violation of pretrial release. The judge signing your capias in that case sets your bond at none. Your bond will remain at none. I will appoint the public defender to represent you in this case while you're in our custody. Have a great day, sir. Miss George got to get tennis shoes on down there. Tell me your name, sir.
Barley Joseph.
Say your name again.
Joseph Barley.
All right. Is your name Barley Joseph?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, you are here in 2021 CF 410 AO on a violation of conditions of your pretrial release. The judge signing your capias in that case sets your bond at none. Your bond will remain at none until you are seen by that judge. I'm going to appoint the public defender in this case while you are awaiting, while you're here in our custody. You understand?
Okay.
All right. Have a great day, sir. All right. You want to bring Mr. Murphy? This is the person on the phone. Okay, can I get Mr. Murphy? Or who do you got there? Who's that? No, that's fine. He's already here. Can I get Mr. Murphy next? Tell me your name, sir.
Charles Alex Lamons.
Mr. Lamons?
Yes, sir. They
All right.
ain't spelled it right. So.
It's Lamos?
Lamons.
Mons?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Lamons, you are here in two matters this afternoon. You are here in 2021 CF 864 AL on charge of plea and attempt to elude law enforcement and driver license suspended as a habitual traffic offender. You're also here in 2021 CF 869 AO on a charge of trafficking in fentanyl of 4 grams or more, possession of cocaine, possession of MDMA or ecstasy, and possession of cannabis, I believe under 20 grams. Court reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, and in both your cases did find probable cause for your arrest. In 2021 CF 864 AO, the court's going to set your bond in the amount of $2,500. As the driving license suspended, driving while license suspended, and going to lower that bond to the amount of $1,000. In 2021 CF 869 AO, the court is going to stay your bonds at $100,000. As to the trafficking charge, $1,000 to the possession of cocaine, $1,000 possession of the MDMA, and $500 as to your possession of cannabis charge. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. You are out on, in all your cases, and now you're out on bond in 2021 CF 292 AO. In that case, the court's going to revoke your bond, going to set a new bond at none, find the probable cause that you committed a new law offense while you're out in custody.
On the fleeing, you did for 2,500?
Yes, 2,500. Have a great day, sir.
Yeah. Division 10. It's 10. Judge Blackman. Division 10, Judge Blackman.
Blackman, okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your name.
Darren Murphy.
Mr. Murphy, you are here in 2020 CF 14305 AO on a charge of lewd lascivious battery on a child 12 years or under. Lewd lascivious molestation on a child 12 years or under.
Yeah.
The judge signing your warrant sets your bond at none at this time. Ms. Swanson.
Yes, Your Honor. We believe that the defendant should be held at no bond. This is a punishable by life felony. The victim stated that this occurred in a hotel room here in Orlando on her 11th birthday. They were at a trip to Disney, it seems. That it was the same bed that it occurred on between the fiance and the victim. That the victim was woken up, by the defendant rubbing on her vagina. He was rubbing on the outside. They questioned I guess the fiance was asleep at the time that this was happening. However, the defendant later apologized to the victim and told him he thought it was his fiance. We believe the defendant should be held at no bond. I believe the defendant does not reside here. We'd ask for no contact with the victim or the victim's family, no contact with any minor children under the age of 18, no weapons, no firearms, no drugs, no alcohol.
Your Honor.
Counsel, put your name on the record for you.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm Attorney Hugo DeBobian, and I represent Darren Murphy in this matter. Just a couple of quick things. Everything she said that was in that police report is accurate, and the police report is talking about an alleged incident one time of the father supposedly touching the privates of his own daughter. The charging document charges a crime in January of 2020, and there...
Was the information filed?
What's that?
I didn't
Yes.
see the information, so okay.
Yes, Your Honor, information was filed in this case.
And the information charges something that never occurred. There was no incident, no contact. In fact, their police report says this young lady hasn't seen her dad since 2018.
What's the
So the charging document doesn't charge a crime, is what I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's not here for an arraignment. I'm going on with the warrant that was signed
I understand, Your Honor.
by the judge that was signed. So an arraignment, the rules allow for exactly what you're talking about, filing all those defenses as to the charging document. But I'm not here to arraign him. He's here for initial appearances.
Well, could he have a reasonable bond to go back to Las Vegas? I mean, he's not going to be anywhere near this child. And we agree to all the restrictions of no contact and everything else. He's going to lose his job if he's not allowed to go back. They arrested him in Vegas in December, and then they just came and got him.
Yeah.
As I tried to make arrangements with the state for him to voluntarily return, and they went and picked him up yesterday.
All right. So in as to this case, even though there is some case law saying that I need to hold him proof of presumption great, I want to reserve as to that because of these type of cases. I think the rule is unworkable, and the third DCA may have beyond to something as to what they're saying. As to this case, the court is going to hold Mr. Murphy at no bond at this time. Condition if he is to be released or while he's at the custody of the Orange County Jail, does he have no contact with the victim, no contact with the victim's family, or any other witness in this case. Because of that, he has no ties when reading the affidavit to the Central Florida community other than the victim. In this case, it seems that way.
Okay.
And you can file your Arthur hearing, have your Arthur hearing, your bond hearing in front of Judge Blackman. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, and
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to file a motion to set bond
Yeah.
this afternoon.
And Yari, can you place on the record that the defendant has reporting requirements as well?
All right, so Mr. Murphy, since you are a sexual offender or sexual predator while you're here in the state of Florida, I don't know what the laws are in Nevada, but a condition of your bond is that you are to, sorry, Judge Blackman or whoever signed the warrant put more conditions on here. Condition of your warrant was also that you do not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Do not possess any weapons or firearms. I'll give you 24 hours to turn any weapons or firearms over to the sheriff's office here or to the Nevada authorities when you return. And to not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. I want to strike that one. That has nothing to do with this case. But I am going to add a condition that within 24 hours you're released from our custody, that you report to the sheriff's office here, or if you're able to get back fast enough to Nevada to report, as your requirements are to do that after you are released from our custody. You understand?
Yes, sir. I've been reporting the last 3 years in Las Vegas.
I'm not familiar with the laws there. They're different in each state. I know in the state of Florida, you got 24 hours. You're supposed to report within 24 hours. So you need to make sure that that's 48 hours, but I want to say 24 hours to make sure you get there on time. Mr. Bowman, you have anything else?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, have a great day, sir. Have a great weekend. No. Counsel, you had, can we have Mr. Francis next?
I think he's going up next, Your Honor. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Good. Evan Self on behalf of Daryl Leon Francis.
All right, Mr. Francis, can you tell me your name?
Daryl Leon Francis Jr.
All All right, Mr. Francis, you are here in 2021 CF 10013 AO on the charge of grand theft. In 2021 CF 829 AO, you've been charged with aggravated fleeing and attempt to elude law enforcement. And you have an out of county warrant case from 2020, and from Hillsborough County, where the judge in that case set your bond in the amount of $2,000. And the grand theft case that we have here, which is the 10013 case, the judge had already found probable cause for your arrest and signing the arrest warrant. They set your bond amount of $1,000. The court's going to stay your bond to that amount. On condition your bond, you now return to the scene of the location, no contact with any victims or witnesses. As to the aggravated fleeing and eluding charge, the court in 2021 CF 829 AO, the court is going to stay your bond, found probable cause of reading the affidavit in that case, is going to stay your bond in the amount of $5,000. You were out on bond when this all happened in 2020 CF 5473 AO on another charge of fleeing attempt to elude law enforcement. The court is going to revoke your release status as to that case and going to set a new bond at none. Mr. Self, did you want to be heard about anything else?
I did, Your Honor, just on the bond on the 2021 829 case.
Hello?
I believe you said the bond is $5,000.
Yes, sir.
I just asked that the court could set that at $2,500. Mr. Francis has relatives in the locale. He's lived most all of his life here. I represent him on the case where his bond was previously revoked. We're going to we've assured all prior court appearances and make all court appearances. And if we are able to get a bond reinstated in that case, the cumulative effect of all these bonds is going to be more than he can afford.
Well, Mr. Self, at this time, he was out on a fleeing attempt to elude. He then, according to the allegations in this report, then crashes into a patrol vehicle, if I remember correctly, if I read that right.
I think
that's the case.
Something to that effect.
Which would show me an elevation in his criminal behavior. So out of the purposes of setting bond, one of them is protecting the public from further action by this defendant. The court is not going to lower his bonds as to that amount at that time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You have a great day, Mr. Self.
Nice
Have a great day,
to see
Mr. Francis.
You revoked the bond?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
He said he's on mute.
I got yelling louder. They won't come down here looking at me. All right, can you tell me your name?
Stephanie Langford?
Winker or?
Langford.
Langford, okay.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Langford, you are here in two matters. The first one is 2020 CF 10056 CO. In that case, the judge has already found probable cause. Yep. The judge already found probable cause for your arrest in that case, and the allegations are attempting to obtain property by fraud, $10,000 or more.
I'm sorry, I got an email from the clerk, the court reporters. I think they said that the mute is on.
We got the same email, and so check the mics, and that's why you heard us doing this a few minutes ago. You might call them back and see if problems continue. You're fine now? Oh, okay. So I was saying everything we have to say has to be recorded, taken down by a court reporter. Usually in the old movies you see the little stenographers here, but we have a digital court reporter because we live in the 21st century. All right, ma'am, you are here in 2020 CF 10056 CO. The charges in that warrant was attempting to obtain property by fraud. There's 2 counts of that. There's fraudulent use of personal identification. There's 1 count of that, and there's uttering a forged bill or note, and there's 1 count of that. The judge signing your warrant set your bonds at $2,500, $2,500, $1,000, and $1,000. The court's going to stay your bond after those amounts. You're here also in 2020 CF 4947 AO on a charge of petty theft for 2 prior theft convictions. The court had already found probable cause for your arrest. But in the warrant they signed and set your bond amount of $1,000. The court's going to stay your bond at $1,000. Condition of your bonds in both your cases that you're not to return to the locations where these incidents happened, and you are to have no contact with any victims or witnesses. You understand? Okay. All right. Have a great day.
Your Honor, you said on the warrant 4947, they set it at 1,000?
Yep. Is that wrong? Oh yeah, no, they said PTR, but she doesn't qualify. So
Yes.
Sorry, the warrant said PTR, but you don't qualify for PTR. So the judge is going to set the standard bond, which is $1,000.
Okay.
Apologize.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too. That was the weird one. Tell me your name, sir.
Joshua Mano Harlal.
Mr. Mano, Mr. Say your name again.
Mano Harlal. Joshua Mano Harlal.
Mr. Mano Harlal, you are here in 2 matters. The first case is 2021 CF 874 and 2021 CF 101 AW. In the felony case, you'd be in charge of grand theft of a motor vehicle, and in the traffic case, this county traffic case, you'd be in charge with no valid driver's license. The court reviewed the charging affidavit as to both cases and found probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to stay your bonds at an amount of $1,000 as to the felony case, and I'm going to set your bond at $250 as to no valid driver's license. It says he has an immigration hold.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it seems like you have a hold from the Immigration Customs Enforcement. So whenever you are released from them, condition of your bond, though, if you do bond, is that you have no contact with the victim or any witnesses in that case, your grand theft case. Understand?
Okay, sir.
All right. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Are these the witnesses for Miss Molina
Molina.
in the gallery?
Okay.
Let's get her on her way. Sir, tell me your name.
Millie Michelle.
Mr. Michelle, you are here in one case, which is 2019 CF 14596 AL for a failure to appear. The judge signing your warrant in that capious in that case set your bond at none. Your bond will remain at none. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case while you're in our custody.
Has a private attorney.
Do you have a private attorney?
I do.
And who's your attorney in that case?
James Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith. All right, make sure you call Mr. Smith when you after today and tell him where you are. All right.
Okay.
So you can take any appropriate action. Have a great day, sir.
His out on bond case, Your Honor. Are you taking any action?
That's what I was trying to figure out. Was he? Because it's not a new law offense. It's just, I'm not taking any action because it seems like he just failed to appear on one of his cases. And he still has a bond. That's the other case. So I can't take any action as to that because there's no evidence that you commit a new law offense.
Okay.
Unless you got to talk to your bondsman, you won't go off bond while you're sitting here not getting credit on that case. You're not getting credit on the other case because you're still out on bond technically on that case. All right.
Yes. My lawyer told me that there should be a squash or a quash motion to the capious that was in the system.
That motion is moot at this point because the capious has been executed.
Okay.
So that motion is for before capious is executed. You need to get a bond motion in front of your judge. All right. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you.
This is Miss Molina.
Yes.
All right. All right, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Just Molina.
Miss Molina. Good. You have the face sheet for her from this morning?
One moment.
Case number, Your Honor.
I won't put the case number out. I need the face sheet as well. This is case 2021 CF 594AL. And in the booth. Can you guys hear us out there?
A little bit better.
Can whoever's going to be testifying, sir, can you come approach the microphone and tell me your name?
Do you want me, I guess I should talk because he doesn't speak English very well. Is that
What
okay?
language does he speak?
Spanish.
Spanish. Let's see if we got somebody.
Who's the victim? Oh, it's the father.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This, for the record, Jose Sandra, certified Spanish interpreter, previously sworn in today.
Mr. Sanchez, I need your help with a victim that's here at the BRC with me. So if you can stay on the overhead with me. The case that I'm talking about is 2021 CF 894AL. Can you ask the gentleman to tell me his name, please?
Señor, ¿sería usted tan amable de decir su nombre para que conste en acta?
Mi nombre es Ricardo Molina.
My name is Ricardo Molina.
All right. Could you raise your right hand and be sworn in, sir?
Señor, ¿puede levantar la mano derecha para tomar juramento?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, none but the truth, so help you God?
Usted afirma que el testimonio que dará concernientes a esta causa será la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad con la ayuda de Dios.
Sí.
Yes.
You put your hand down, sir. Can you tell me your name one more time, and then tell me how do you know Miss Molina?
Señor, baje la mano y si es usted tan amable, diga su nombre una vez más y dígame, descríbeme de qué conoce a la señorita Molina.
Mi nombre es Ricardo Molina y ella es la hija mía.
My name is Ricardo Molina and she is my daughter.
All right. Mr. Ricardo Molina, it seems that you are the listed victim in this case. Is there anything you want to tell me about the release of what kind of conditions you want me to place on your daughter on her release from jail?
Señor Molina, parece ser que usted es la supuesta víctima en esta causa. ¿Qué quiere decirme a mí para que le imponga como condición de puesta en libertad a su hija, señor?
May state inquiry, Your Honor.
Sure.
Mr. Molina, are you afraid of Miss Yaciel Molina?
Yes.
Señor Molina, ¿usted teme a la señorita Yaciel Molina?
Yes.
Yes.
Do the two of you live together?
Ambos, ¿ustedes dos viven juntos?
Sí.
Yes.
Por unos días.
Some days.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Thompson, were you guys appointed this morning? I wasn't sure.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. George?
No question.
We would ask for conditions to remain as is, then, Your Honor.
All right. Well, I believe this morning that Judge Gibson told me that she had ordered mental health pretrial release or pretrial release.
Yes.
Seems that she doesn't qualify for either. So we're,
Excuse me, Your Honor.
is that correct, Ms.
She
Davis?
She qualified for pretrial release.
But she had nowhere to go. That's what it was.
I mean, but we can still monitor her on
for
pretrial.
that
She would
life
just
right
have to
now.
report the next day as basically being a transient or homeless person. We still put those people on PTR,
Okay.
but she's still qualified.
Tiene que decirle qué pasó y que tú no.
Ms. George,
Your
can
Honor.
you find out if,
Tú tienes que decirle.
first of all, Ms. Molina, do you have a cell phone number or a cell phone?
Yes, it was left in my car. And,
Where is your car?
It should be at his house. The paramedics drove it back to his house. I was right on the corner of their house.
All right. Is the car still at your home, Mr. Ricardo Molina?
Señor Ricardo Molina, ¿el vehículo, el automóvil, está en su casa?
Sí.
Yes.
And my phone was left in his car, and my wallet.
Sí, ella trató de matarnos nosotros, me pidió un colín para agredirnos.
She tried to kill us.
All right,
Dile lo que todos hablamos.
so I'm gonna do this.
Esta es tu oportunidad de hablar.
Your Honor, I think there was
Well,
a
yo tengo
one
mucho
time with
miedo.
law enforcement to get her items from that vehicle.
Yeah,
I am very fearful.
we're gonna do that.
For my life, for mi vida y mi esposa.
My life and my wife's life.
Dile, después con un colín, fue que me cayó encima.
Ella me cayó encima dando golpes a mí y a mi esposa también. Después que no pudo conseguir el colín.
She jumped us and was hitting us, and after she couldn't get Colleen.
All right, Mr. Ricardo Molina, were drugs and alcohol played a part of this incident?
Señor Molina, ¿las drogas y el alcohol tuvo que ver con todo este incidente?
Yo creo que sí, porque ella toma y fuma.
I think so, because she drinks and smokes.
Since this didn't come in as domestic violence, even though clearly from the charging affidavit it is, the court's going to go along with the pretrial release of the defendant. I'm going to
Yo no
order
quiero
that
que
she
salga
have
porque
no contact.
tengo mucho miedo.
I don't want her to get out. I am very fearful.
Well, Mr. Molina Ricardo, it is up to the state of Florida to file or any motions or anything to prevent her from leaving. They have not done so at this time. So every person in the state of Florida is entitled to release on bond unless you're charged with a life felony or punishable life offense.
Señor Molina, depende de la Fiscalía de Florida, que es la que impone una fianza y como todo ciudadano tiene derecho para ser tratado igual en el estado de Florida. Y de momento no lo han hecho.
But I'm going to order. Wait, listen to me. And Ms. Molina, everybody.
Escúchame, señor Molina.
Que la lleven al hospital mental.
Let me finish.
Escúchame, señor Molina.
Let me finish what I have to do, and then I'll try to get to your questions. So, because I want Ms. Molina to be able to hear me when I speak. Ms.
Déjame
Molina.
terminar.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Interpreter.
Déjame terminar lo que tengo que decir y después usted podrá hablar. Señorita Molina.
Ms. Molina, I'm going to place you on pretrial release. You are to have absolutely zero contact with with your mother or your father in this case.
Okay.
Señorita Molina, la vamos a poner en libertad, pero yo le ordeno, no puede tener ninguno, absolutamente cero, nada de contacto ni con su madre ni con su padre.
From my understanding, you reviewed a no contact order before this case, right?
Yes, sir.
Se emitió una orden de protección con cero de contacto.
But I want to expand that a little bit for you to make sure you understand.
Pero yo voy a ampliar esa orden para que usted lo entienda bien.
Any form of contact, any form, into the extreme thoughts of your imagination and contact. I don't want you asking your brother, your sister about your parents. They don't, right now, until this case is resolved, they do not exist. You understand that?
I agree.
Cualquier tipo de contacto, cualquiera, hasta el más mínimo pensamiento, incluso si pregunta a sus hermanos o hermanas por el contacto con sus padres, esto puede traerle a usted consecuencias, ¿entiende?
You are to not return to the residence.
What about for my vehicle?
I'm going to get to that.
No podrá regresar a la vivienda.
You may return one time with law enforcement. With law enforcement to retrieve your vehicle. So don't go there and then call law enforcement. You got to call law enforcement. They'll instruct you how to get to your stuff. You understand?
Okay.
podrá regresar una sola vez, escoltado por la policía para retirar su vehículo. Así que tiene que llamar a las autoridades, al departamento de policía, para que le escolten a la vivienda para retirar su vehículo.
I will leave all the other conditions that Judge Gibson set this morning in place, except I will add, you cannot possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
Todas las demás condiciones que la jueza Gibson impuso esta mañana se quedarán vigentes, y si no puede poseer ningún tipo de drogas o alcohol, y si es medicamentos, que tengan una receta médica.
I'm ordering random drug and alcohol testing at your expense through PTR.
Se harán pruebas de drogas y alcohol a pagar de su propio bolsillo, de su coste, a través del programa de puesta en libertad.
You heard me, Ms. Davis? Make sure you heard me.
I'll get with you after.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
we would just ask for 30 days to get whatever drug she has out of her system.
No objection.
I have no objection to a grace period to allow any controlled substances that you have in your system to be eliminated. But there's still no alcohol consumption as well.
Okay.
All right, so that's not a 30-day grace period. So no bars.
I don't do
Don't
that.
go anywhere. Go to work, go home, show up at your court dates, keep in contact with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Ricardo Molina, did you understand everything that has happened?
Señor Ricardo Molina, ¿usted ha entendido todo lo que ha ocurrido?
Sí, más o menos, pero quiero decirle que yo tengo mucho miedo en que la dejen suelta. Yo quiero que la pongan en un hospital de mental. Que le pongan bando.
Yes, more or less I understand, but I would just like to state that I'm very fearful, and I am afraid that she gets out free. I would like to request that you put her in a mental hospital, and if you can, with a strong bond.
All right. Well, sir, if you want those type of actions taken, you need to speak with the state attorney's office and reach out to them and talk to the person that's going to be assigned to your case. I will give them about a week to see who that person is going to be.
Señor, si usted quiere que se imponga ese tipo de condiciones sobre su hija, debería de hablar con la fiscalía. Vamos a esperar unos días para ver qué fiscal se le designa para llevar la causa, y usted debería de hablar con ellos en ese plazo de tiempo.
Está bien.
But if
That's fine.
Miss Molina seems to not be able to follow my orders, seems to have contact with you, seems to do any of the things that I ordered her not to do, then you should call law enforcement. Do you understand that?
Ahora, le comento, si la señorita Molina no puede seguir mis órdenes, intenta establecer cualquier tipo de contacto con usted, lo primero que debe de hacer es llamar a las autoridades, llamar al departamento de policía inmediatamente. ¿Ha entendido esto, señor?
All right. Have a great day, sir. Have a great weekend.
Muy bien, que tenga usted un buen día y un buen fin de semana, señor.
All right, ma'am. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Sir, tell me your name.
Brendan Allen Newton.
Mr. Newton, you are here in 2021 CF 858AO on two charges, one charge uttering a forged check, and another charge visiting officer without violence. I reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to stay your bonds at the amount of $1,100. Going to make a condition of your bond that you have no contact with the victims in this case. That's your uttering charge, and to not return to the scene of the location where this happened. On point, the public defender to represent you in this case. Cover your nose, sir.
Yes, sir.
On point, the public defender to represent you in this case. Have a great day, sir.
hold?
He does. He has a VFOSC hold.
A what?
You're a violent felony of special concern, there's a 5-day hold on you.
You're on state probation.
Can you name, how
Was
do
that
you
already,
get that off?
because I'm supposed to ask you that. Was he already violated for that?
How
or-
does that clear? I don't
That's why
understand how it
we're
clears.
holding him.
I'm
We're
lost
keeping that
with- I don't
detainer in
understand
for the
you.
5 days.
Okay.
No, wait, okay, can
Sir,
somebody
you're a violent
explain
felony
to
of
me?
special concern. The jail has, you guys gets 5 days to hold you and to bring up that violation. So I should probably see you back sometime soon for the violation of probation.
My
Is it-
violation of
how is it-
probation shouldn't be there because I finished probation. I've already submitted my paperwork.
I don't know. Well, they'll investigate it.
There was a FAM message that came from FDLE
Okay.
that advised us that put that hold in.
Ms. Swanson, can somebody check the DOC website and see if he's...
DOC, I got a twin brother that's in
That may be true.
okay, well, I'm sorry, my
Trying to see what's going on with
I
you?
would leave that information on what pretrial release says.
All right. So, sir, they have 5 days to hold you based on the fact that you qualify as a violent felony of special concern. So, nothing comes of that, you can bond out. If something comes of it, I'll see you back in a few days. Have a great day, sir. Can you tell me your name, sir?
John Petador.
What happened to Olivia Rivera? Olivia Rivera? All right. All right, Mr. Petador, you are here in 2020 CF 12398AO. You're arrested on a warrant for a KPS for failure to appear. The judge set your bond at none. Your bond will remain at none until you get in front of the appropriate judge. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you while you're in our custody.
Yes, but
Have a great day, sir.
I wanted to say this few things. It's not really serious. I just
Well,
wanted to say.
you have the right to remain silent, so you should talk to your lawyer first before you start talking to me. Somebody lost my. That's what I was looking for. No, the little rubber one. The one in front? No, the one in the back. The one in front comes out too, but the one in the back. Otherwise, it was moving a little bit. Tell me your name, sir.
My name is Kevin Olivo, sir.
All right, Mr. Olivo, you are Olivo Rivera, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're here in 2021 CF 9898. You got 6 charges. First charge is possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver with a firearm. The other one is sell and deliver of fentanyl. It's possession of cannabis with a firearm, of over 20 grams with a firearm. Possession of a firearm or ammunition by a convicted felon and a resisting officer without violence. The court reviewed your charging affidavit. You have found probable cause for all of those charges. As in count 1, the court is going to set your bond amount of $15,000. Count 2, $15,000, $150, $150, and $100 for all your cases.
Thank you.
You are out on bond in 2020 CF 9012AO. In that case, the court is going to revoke your bond. I'm going to set a new bond at none. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in all your cases. You can speak with them and get in front of the appropriate judge if you want to have a bond hearing. Have a great day, sir.
You too.
Oh, sir, tell me your name.
Robert Ramos Bruno.
All right, Mr. Ramos, you are here in 2021 CF 866 AO. Charges of possession of heroin, possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia. Bond is set at $1,500 at this time. I'll reduce your bonds to 500, 500, and 150 in this case. Have a great day, sir. I did find probable cause for your arrest, though. Appointed public defender represents you. No, I'm not. Sir, tell me your name.
First name Eugene, last name Rios.
All right, Mr. Rios Diaz, you are here in two cases, 2021 CF 875 and 876. 875 be in charge of tampering or destruction of evidence of in possession of cocaine, possession of alprazolam, and 876 you be in charge with driver's license suspended as a habitual traffic offender. The court did review your charging affidavit, did find a factual basis for your arrest in those cases. Going to set your bond at an amount of $500 and count one of 875, 150, 150, and for driver's license suspended, I'll set your bond at an amount of $250. Have a great day, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Frankie Rivera.
All right, Mr. Rivera, you are here in a few cases. Let's start. You were here in 2021 CT 588 on charge of attaching a tag, not a sign. It's 2021 CT 590, use of unlawful use of an out-of-state or suspended driver's license. There's 2021 CF 881 AO, aggravated fleeing and eluding, causing property damage, aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer with a motor vehicle, battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting officer, criminal mischief over $1,000. You also have 2021 MM 518 AO on charge of resisting officer without violence. The court did find probable cause for your arrest in all those charges. As the count, I'll start with your felony case, 2021 CF 881 AO. The court is going to set your bond to count one, the amount of $5,000. You're going to stay your bond to count two at $5,000. You're going to stay your bond at 150, 150. And in 2021 CT 588, of course, going to set your bond amount of $150, and will stay your bond as to 2021 CT 590 at 100. And as to your resisting officer without violence in 2021 MM 518 AO, of course, going to stay your bond in the amount of $1,000. On point of public defender represents you in this case. Conditions of your probation. Listen to me first before you start asking questions. Sir, listen to me.
Sorry.
Condition of your bond, not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Excuse me?
Condition of your bond, don't drive unless you have a valid license in the state of Florida or somewhere else.
Okay.
All right? You can ask your attorney whatever question you need to ask her.
So how do I take care of that?
Tell me your name, sir.
Henry Sharon.
Mrs. Sharon, you're here in 2021 CF 537 AO on a charge of first-degree murder. The judge signing your warrant has already found probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Swanson.
Your Honor, we believe the defendant should continue to be held at no bond, no contact with the victim's family, no weapons, no firearms. May I have 1 second, Your Honor?
Right. On point of public defender represent Mr. Sharon.
Oh, I just want to make sure I was trying to see co-defendants. And even while he's in custody, no contact with any victims' families, any witnesses, or any co-defendants. I was just checking that to make sure.
Ms. George?
Your Honor, we have no argument. We reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing.
Based on that, the court's going to stay Mr. Sharon's bonds at none in this case. I'm going to make a condition of his bonds, even if he's released or while he's here at the Orange County Jail, that he have no contact with the victims' families, no contact with any witnesses or any other co-defendants possibly in this case. Does he not possess any weapons or firearms? Any weapons or firearms he has needs to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release from custody. Ms. Swanson, were there any other conditions you're asking for?
No, Your Honor.
Have a great day, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Under Shaw, sir.
Mr. Shaw, you are here in three matters. The first is a felony case 2021 CF 824 AO on charge of fleeing attempt to elude with high speed or disregard. And you also have resisting officer without violence. You got 21 CT 591. You're being charged with driver's license suspended as a subsequent offender, and 2021 CT 592 with reckless driving. That's the count one, the felony case, fleeing attempt to elude with high speed or disregard. The court's going to set your bond amount of $5,000. That's the count two, going to stay your bond in this amount of $100. As to the driver license suspended, the court's going to set your bond amount of $250. And as to reckless driving, the court's going to stay your bond amount of $100. Sir, it tells me here that you are you're a sexual predator or a sexual offender. On condition of your bonds in all your cases, you got 24 hours from your release from custody to report to the sheriff's office to register.
Okay, I don't live in Orange County. I live in Seminole.
You have to go report within 24 hours.
Okay.
I would suggest you go here and then I'll report both places, but.
Okay, my address, this is what I'm curious. Because in Seminole County, they have my address. They actually have my 318 South Park.
Of course they have their address because you had to report that.
Yeah, that's my address. That's where I live at.
Exactly. But if you get released here, I would stop, since you're here in Orange County.
Right.
For, I don't know how long you're going to be here.
No, that was just me, was just passing through.
I was just telling you, listen to me.
Right.
If you stay here long enough, they're going to register you here.
Okay.
If you get released, I would definitely direct you go to Seminole County Sheriff's Office.
And report again?
Because the law says that.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know that. They get caught up in that.
Okay, so basically, when I'm released, I just go over there and just tell them, hey, I got to re-register with you guys.
I'm not, because they have an alert telling them that you're telling Seminole County, got an alert. When you got arrested, after you release an alert to them, telling them that, hey, one of your sexual offenders or sexual predators is in the custody of the Orange County Jail. So, and if they don't hear from you.
Gotcha.
You know,
I see what you're talking
about. You know those detectives don't have nothing to do.
Okay.
But come visit you every month or every couple months, so.
Okay. All right.
Don't call yourself to see me again. All right, ma'am, tell me your name.
Jaria Shield.
Ms. Shield, you are here in 2021 CF 789 AO on charge of manslaughter with a firearm and shooting from a vehicle. I don't know why this says attempted on mine, but the warrant says shooting from a vehicle. I don't want to make sure nobody didn't say that. The judge signing your warrant. Please set your bonds. The amount of none as to count 1 and 5,000 as to count 2. The court's going to stay your bond as to count 2. As to count 1, Ms. Swanson, if I believe right, manslaughter is not a life offense. I believe it's a second-degree felony, right?
May I have one moment, Your Honor? I think the firearm may be what enhances it, but let me just double check here.
Now that the 1020 life says statute. Plenty of case law about that.
Attorney Kennedy Swanson, on behalf of the state, Your Honor, the state will recommend a $200,000 bond, no contact with victims, co-defendants, or witnesses, no weapons, no firearms.
All right, Ms. Shield, Ms. George, do you have anything you want to tell me, or Mr. Thompson?
Your Honor, can I have one quick moment? Our client is 19 years old. She has no criminal history in or out of the state of Florida, no arrest history. This appears to be her first arrest, and she is also pregnant at this time. Of course, I mean, an ROR is going to be unheard of in a case like this, but we would ask for a lower bond, possibly anywhere between $10,000 to $50,000, and for the only fact that we asked for this is because of the unborn child, because of the ongoing pandemic that's sweeping the nation. She may expose the unborn baby to risk being in jail. So we asked not for mercy as for the sake of my client, but for the sake of her unborn child, to see if she could probably bond out on these charges.
As to the count 1 of the warrant, the court's going to set bond at the amount of $150,000. Condition of your bonds in this case that you possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You have to have no contact, directly or indirectly, with any victims, witnesses, victims' families, any witnesses or co-defendants in this case. You understand? That includes while you're here in the custody of the Orange County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I've already appointed the
What was the
public
bond amount?
$150,000.
Thank you.
I stated her bond is to count 2 at $5,000.
Thank you.
Jarquez T. at the podium.
Good afternoon, Mr. T. You are here in 2021 CF 840 on 2 counts of the charging affidavit, burglary of a structure and trespassing a structure. Court found probable cause for both of those. Gonna stay your bonds amount of $3,500 and $100. Condition of your bonds is you do not return to the scene of this location, have no contact with any witness or victims. This CT case,
It was an endorsed bond, meaning his bondsman came off his case.
all right. All right. So do I need to take any action as to?
No, you don't have to
Okay.
take any action.
Don't do that. Mr. Teague, have a great day. Have a great weekend.
I'm sorry, sir.
Have a great day, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Appoint a public defender to represent everybody. You didn't say that. What's your name, ma'am?
Latiana Tessier.
All right, Ms. Tesser, you are here in 2021 CT 825AO on a charge of possession of cocaine. The court did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to appoint a public defender to represent you. I want to place you on straight pretrial release in this case. Condition is that you not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol at this time. I'm going to impose random drug testing at your expense. I'll start the drug testing 30 days after today's date to allow anything you have in your system to get out. If you're having a problem with substance abuse, ma'am, there are a lot of resources here in the community that you need to go investigate to get you over that addiction. Understand?
Thank you so much.
But don't violate the pretrial release, because then you'll be back here with me, all right?
So it's like drug court, basically.
Kind of.
Okay.
But, you know, but the judge on the other end is not so nice, like Judge Lattimore and Judge Whitehead, not so cheerful. So you might just end up here on a zero bond. All right?
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Good morning, Judge. Oh, good afternoon.
Tell me your name, sir.
Oh, Luis Vera. Luis Enrique Vera.
Is it Vega?
Vera, V as in Victor, ERA.
Vega Rivera bonded, Your Honor.
Okay, so. All right, Vega bonded. Okay, Vera. Here we go. All right, Mr. Bear, you are here in 2021 MM17AE on one count of providing false information to law enforcement, and in 2021 CF 857AO with one charge of driving license suspended as a visual traffic offender. As to 2021 MM17AE, the court's going to set your bond the amount of $1,000. That's 2021 CF 857AO, the court's going to set your bond the amount of $1,000. Addition to your bonds, don't drive in the state of Florida without a valid driver's license.
So it's what, $1,000 only?
$2,000.
So it's
total.
$2,000 total?
Yep.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, did they say Alex Vega Rivera bonded?
Yes, ma'am. That's what they told me. I saw that too.
And how, one of his charges had a no bond.
On Vega Rivera?
Vega Rivera? No, not Vega Rivera.
No, he had a
It
bond on
was
both
a drug
counts.
case.
Alex Vega Rivera?
Yeah, he had a possession of cocaine with a $7,500 bond and a resisting with a
Yeah,
partner.
it's in a bond. It's in a, see, look, they had a bond then, Ms. Davis, $7,500. They had done the bond. That's what they said. It's a bond correction, but I think they said it's zero, but probably got it in too late. I was gonna say it's bond around the same number anyways.
Trying to figure out how he bonded, if he has this.
Because they sent an affidavit in at $7,500. He posted his bond smartly before he changed it to none. So he gamed the system.
Okay. Gotcha.
He was more alert than we were. So. Sir, tell me your name.
Brian Villano.
Mr. Villano, you are here, and well, make sure that he's not lost in the jail, Mr. Vega Rivera. He's not. I want to get a call this weekend saying we lost a defendant in the jail. All right, Mr. Villano, right? Correct.
Villano.
Villano.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Villano, you are here in 2021 CF 872AO The charge is possession of cannabis, over 20 grams, and 2021 CT 593 AL, and with no motor vehicle registration. Ms. Swanson, are you doing anything about this felony case, or? I was asking.
I'm sorry, are we doing anything on what case, Your Honor?
He has possession of cannabis over 20 grams and a no motor vehicle registration.
This is only 2 charges?
Correct.
State will file on more than 20. I'm not going to do anything right now, Your Honor. That's why I left it. We probably will, just I'm not going to do it today.
I didn't know what the policies were in the new administration. All right, sir. Since you're not from here, it doesn't look that way. Are you from here, sir? You live here now?
No, sir. I live in Chicago, Illinois.
That's what I thought. All right, sir. I'm going to set your bond. I'll set your bonds amount of $1,000. I see a felony case, and it's $250. Then on $500 on the no motor vehicle registration case. Additional your bonds, not possessing any drugs or alcohol without valid prescription. And you may have some kind of detainer from out of state. I don't know what kind of.
It was hold on.
No, it's a 1,000 and is it 2,000? So it's 1,000 and.
It was a parole violation from Indiana, but they served it on him, so he still has a hold for fugitive justice.
Okay. So, at some point, you might be getting the extradition paperwork to get you back to Indiana.
Okay, I have one question, if I may. I believe that
I'm
I'm.
the public defender to represent you, so talk to them first.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you're not digging yourself a hole.
All right.
Does this show that he made bond? No.
Through a bondsman?
I don't. Is extradition warrant come with a bond?
Because they told
Yeah,
me
that's
that they were. What I'm confused
It was earlier this morning, but they closed it. The bondsman pulled it back off. I guess because of the out of state, probably.
Yeah.
So what, like, how does it work with this? So they're gonna come get me on another case?
Yep.
Then I have to. Okay, I want to make sure I'm clear.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, great day. I got Ms. Ray. All right, tell me your name.
Princess Ray.
All right, Ms. Ray, you are here in 2019 CF 17629 AO on a charge of, for a warrant for failure to appear. The judge signed that capias for failure to appear, set your bond at none. The bonds will remain at none until you get in front of that judge.
Excuse me.
I will appoint a public defender to represent you in this case, to speak to her about whatever you need to tell me.
The first place, like, what am I supposed to do about my kids?
All right, ma'am. Is there anybody home to take care of your children?
Your Honor, can I have a moment, Your Honor?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, I need to talk to you. Ma'am, is there someone home to take care of your children?
Your Honor, I need to speak to my client for a quick second. Can I speak to her outside?
Well, there's nobody there to take care of children. We gotta call DCF and make sure the children are being sheltered, they're being taken care of. Sir, ma'am, is there anybody there watching your children?
Yes, there's somebody there watching my kids.
All right, is there somebody gonna be able to take care and watch your kids?
Touching me. Stop touching
No,
me.
it's okay.
For real.
It's all right,
Stop
it's okay.
touching me.
I want to make sure that your kids are taken care of.
My kids are fine.
Okay. Ma'am, the law tells me I can't do anything for you to help you right now. You gotta work with Mr. Thompson and Ms. George in their office, and they'll get you in front of the judge, and you can explain to them what happened. All right?
I don't understand what's the price. It's not my fault in the first place. Y'all messed up my court date. Like, I don't get it.
All right, ma'am. Have a great day. All All right, good afternoon, sir. Tell me your name.
Excuse me? I didn't hear what they said.
Tell me your name.
Cross.
Say your name again.
Paul Cross.
All right, Mr. Cross, you are here in 2012 CF 3736 AO on a violation of probation warrant. The judge signing the warrant set your bond at none. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. If you are to be released, sir, it seems like you're a violent felony of special concern, based on what I'm reading. Hold on.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
And so, sir, you may not be able to be released until that your violation of probation is resolved. I'm appointing a public defender to represent you in the case? Yeah, that's why. I'm gonna tell him right now. But he ain't getting out. Well, I don't know what's really point of warning him, because he can't get out. The law says he cannot be released until his probation is done.
They never violated when I got the new charge, and then they came back.
He's saying they never violated him when he got the new charge, is that?
I'm telling you, they're violating you now. You go, the warrant judge signed your warrant, and your bond set at none, and you can't be released because you're a violent felony of special concern until your violation of probation is taken care of.
Okay.
And they have a danger here. So have a great day. He cannot get out. So they don't want to report. They don't report. You shall remain with us until they have a danger hearing and are in front of that judge.
We just have to put it on the record, you know, 'cause
I'll tell him. I'll tell him again.
Yeah, because he was just here, that's all I was.
Yeah, he was here on this new case.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's on violation of probation. All right.
Joel Encarnacion is medical, Your Honor.
All right. In 2019 CF 14537 AO, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent him.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
All right. He's here on a violation of probation. In his cases, in that case, the judge signed the warrant, says bond at none. His bond will remain at none until he can get in front of that judge.
Can we pass by Mr. Harris for a moment?
All right. Pass to Mr. Harris.
James Metellus is medical.
All right, Mr. Metellus is here in 2019 CF 10190, 2019 CF 9888, and 2021 CF 9837 AO. Oh, you said I'm going to put the public defender to represent him. What do you all want to do with Mr. Metellus?
We'll waive, Your Honor.
All right. The judge signed his warrant in the violation of probation case 2019 CF 101090 and 9888. Says bonds at none. His bond will remain at none until you get in front of that judge. He also had the. Let me show you what it says. We already saw him on the duelist, right? Did y'all suspend?
No, we
Okay,
haven't.
okay. The court's going to set his bond amount of $1,000. That's the 2021 CF 839 AO. So tell me your name.
Luis Manuel Sanchez Martinez.
All right, Mr. Sanchez Martinez, you are here in 2018 CF 12962 AO on violation of probation. The judge signing your warrant sets your bond at none. Your bond will remain at none. You also are, it seems to be a violent felony offender of special concern. You are not allowed to be released from custody until your case is resolved with your violation. You also have 24 hours 48 hours once you are released to report to the sheriff's office.
Sir, yes, sir.
Once that's done, to report for as a sexual predator or sexual offender. Say your name, sir.
Michael Anthony Tillman.
Mr. Tillman, you are here in 2015 CF 14487 AO for violation of probation. The judge signing your warrant sets your bond at none. Your bond will remain at none until you can get in front of that judge. I appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Have a great day, sir. and Harris was the last one.
Right. He's on his way, Your Honor.
Is there anything I got to sign when I'm done here? Or can I mosey on out of here? I got something to sign when I'm done. Yes.
It's all on the cuff.
Oh.
Sorry, take care of it. All right.
Guys, sir, can you tell me your name?
Joe Harris.
Mr. Harris, you are here in 2018 CF 2509 AO. You've been arrested on a violation of probation warrant.
Yes,
The
sir.
judge in that case set your bond at none. Your bond will remain at none until you can get in front of that judge. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you very much. What do you do?
All right, does anybody have anything else for the better of the order?
No, that's
No,
from the
Your
defense, Your Honor.
Swanson?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All righty. Ms. Davis?
Nothing from Ms. Davis, Your Honor.